Welcome back to In Between the Lines. We are reporting here following up with Super Bowl 6-0. The Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. Joe, what's your thoughts on the Seahawks 17-3 record? What are you thinking?
I can't do anything except give credit to Sam Darnold. That's my thought. Our only thought right now, other than domination and other than the defense of the Seahawks coming up and showing and telling and being who we thought they were throughout the season and taking advantage of a Drake May led New England Patriots team that didn't perform in the postseason like they should, an offensive line for the New England Patriots that didn't perform like they should or were capable. It was a mismatch. With that being said, Vaughn, all I can say and all I want to say and all I want to talk about is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold being the number three overall pick, and from ups and downs, um, throwing him out like you're trash, you're a bust. To come back, the redemption story for him is just tremendous, and that's where I'm at. And I know it was Super Bowl 60. I know it was a lot about halftime show, a lot about the build up to this game, a big game. The Patriots going for different rings. Drake May being the youngest or the second youngest quarterback to ever make it to the Super Bowl. I know there are a lot of different things, Vaughn. But all I can think about is shout out to Sam Darnold from going what he's gone through and just fighting and climbing through the fire and the storm and coming out like almost Andy Dufresne, clean on the other side of the tunnel. That's what I think about.
Well, with Sam Darnold, again, shout out to him. Super Bowl champion. Got to put some respect on his name. Didn't turn the ball over all playoffs. The Seattle Seahawks, that was a real alarming stat that I seen, that the entire playoffs they didn't turn the ball over one time. And in the playoffs, of course, if you protect the ball, your chances of winning are much higher. So they did exactly what they had to do, as well as forcing turnovers on the other end. That defense was stout. I would even say the Patriots defense played well
Very
as
well.
well. But again, we were saying in regards to Drake May, this and that. And we'll have time to discuss the Patriots. But just to talk about Sam Darnold, I want to ask you this, not, and I'm not taking nothing away from Sam Darnold. Some teams have been more patient with Sam Darnold than they would be. Um, Even C.J. Stroud. It's like, again, we go back to C.J. Stroud. It seemed like y'all was ready to throw him in the fire 3 years in. Is the microwave expectation of you got to be seeing success or on a constant incline something that is real? Is that a reality? Especially even now with the Seahawks coming in, and I think this was their coach second year. This
Yes.
is Mike Vrabel's first year as the head coach, and they got made the Super Bowl, and now you're doing it with a first year quarterback, or Sam Darnold's first year at quarterback with this team. Does that speed up the process, or is his success a reminder to the fans and to other organizations that, hey, let these players develop? Because this is what Sam Darnold's at least like seventh year, right? Or
Yeah,
eighth
I mean
year.
it's deep. No, no, he's been in the league a long time. I think 2019, well, his seventh or eighth year. Um, Vaughn, it's not a reminder to anybody about being patient. What it is a reminder to is that not for long, the NFL. That's what it's a reminder because what do we say about Dak Prescott? Are we ready to throw him out? And that's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Is he a failure? He hadn't won a playoff game or maybe one playoff game in 10 years. What do we say about last year or, Matthew Stafford? 17 years in the league and one championship, but he was just buried in Detroit as a number one overall pick. What do we say about him? What did you say about Jaden Daniels? And that he was the rookie of the year 2 years ago. Last year was injury, riddled and things of that nature. What is the process? And my point is, we do not know. We do not know. So it's got to be the right coach. It's got to be the right system, and the player has to have a mindset that I'm not a failure, that I can get better. Maybe this team doesn't want me, but another team will. And are you prepared? Are you prepared when your moment hits? Are you prepared when your time comes and it is the right a situation? Can your skill set show out and show up? So that's the whole thing about it. So I don't even think it's a blueprint, Vaughn, to be honest with you, because we can throw a lot of different things. If look at Tom Brady, that's seventh round pick, sixth round pick. A lot of people were wrong. We can throw out a lot of different things as far as first round draft picks being failure. Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, and then we can go like success and saying that some draft picks have succeeded, but to what? Would you call Joe Burrow's ascent in the National Football League a success?
I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
No, I'm just asking. Would you call it a
I
success?
think if he ended right now, no, due to his potential, but he's already showed that he can do what 90% of other NFL quarterbacks is yet to do.
Yeah, and that's my point because I think we only judging, and I can speak for myself only, I fell in line, but I'm changing now. The only success for quarterbacks now is a Super Bowl ring. I don't think that's fair.
No, and
It
I
is
don't think, and
fair,
that's
but I
why
don't think it's fair
I think
for
with
so.
the with even some of the options that you just thrown out there, Jaden Daniels, he was rookie of the year. You had you said Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford wasn't winning at all, but they was putting up stats like so. So when I'm talking
Right.
about Sam Darnold, it's more so um,
They
Justin
threw him in the trash
Fields.
can.
Justin Fields. I'm talking about you got to
Okay.
talk about players that are on the not ones that was excelling and losing, but ones that's on average and somehow stuck around and stayed on the team somehow. And then he was, like you said, prepared and ready for his opportunity to now 2 consecutive 14 win seasons, a Super Bowl champion. My question is, how many of these players or African American players is gonna have an opportunity to be in the league 7 years and not do nothing in the first 6 years and still be able to get a job?
Well, and that's a great question, Vaughn. So what we can say is that Justin Fields, he's one of them right now.
Yeah, Justin Fields is in that. But are they ready
But
to get rid of him?
getting
Because Justin Fields been in the league what 5 maybe 5 years now or three,
no,
four.
yeah, this will be coming up his sixth year. So
So then he would be a perfect example because 2021. So yeah, so he's been in five, and Sam Darnold's been in eight. So Sam Darnold didn't see success until after year six. So seven
and he
and
was a
eight.
journeyman. And you know what? He was a journeyman, and it wasn't the fact that before Minnesota, it wasn't that Sam Darnold was a starting quarterback. Yeah, he was bouncing around in the National Football League, but he was still a journeyman. Remember now, he was at the Carolina Panthers. People forgot about that. He backed up Brock Purdy in San Francisco, sat and watched. So he did a lot of things as far as being a backup. So there are like Malik Willis. Does that name ring a bell?
Dude who used to play for Tennessee. I know who you're talking about, but I mean,
Yeah, well, he's the hottest free agent right now. African American. He's the hottest. He's the number one quarterback in the free agent market, and he's going to get a lot of money. So when you talk about recycling, and you make a great point as far as recycling, Kyler Murray would be another example that he's failed in Arizona thus far, or what you call failing. I know he made a lot of money, and he signed a boatload, signed a big contract. Um, how long will you be in the league? How long will they tolerate that? But you know, Justin Fields has put to bed that they're going to do away with you if you don't succeed as far as African American quarterbacks because he has not performed. Now you can say Matt Nagy, you can say Chicago Bears, New York Jets, even the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh
Those,
came and put
yeah,
Russell ahead of him.
yeah. So he's been in some situations. So I don't know who we blame as far as some of those situations, but You're going to have to make do. And Sam Darnold made do. And that is a redemption story only because we are talking about top 10 picks now. Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, good point again. Shout out to Sam Darnold. I think that's a good top 10 story. I want to give a shout out to, I think it was Kenneth Walker the third, and I told you that it wasn't
Yeah.
gonna be a quarterback that was gonna win MVP. Um, Sam Darnold did not turn the ball over. He missed a couple throws, but like we said, both defenses played outstanding. I want to give a shout out to Christian Gonzalez. That really they should have had him on offense. How good he was playing on defense, because if not, the Patriots would have got rolled on by about 30 or 40 points. He was balling out there on the defensive side for the Patriots. On the other
Vaughn, it
end,
was a mismatch.
what you mean?
It was a mismatch. The Super Bowl that we watched, as far as players on the Seattle Seahawks roster, the players on the New England Patriots roster, it was a big time mismatch overall. That's it.
Well,
The better team, no doubt, won. If you were to match those guys up 5 more times, I think the Seahawks would win 4 of those 5 times.
I
Better
agree.
team, better matchup.
But this goes back to what we spoke on last week and 2 weeks prior when I was saying the Patriots was fortunate to be where they was. I didn't see anything offensively the entire playoffs that would have told me that Drake May was the man. Now you said he had an MVP like season, which
I didn't say that. The voters said that.
no, you said that too because you said he
No,
was top
I don't
two.
know. What I'm saying is that I said that, but I just wasn't talking out.
No,
This
that's what I'm
guy,
saying. That's
he was and he is the second in the closest in one of the closest MVP voting in history.
right.
So yes, he had that season. So that can't be taken away like we were trying to give him a gift. That's
No,
a fact.
we not taking that away. And again, the regular season, rightfully so. I already went ahead and acknowledged I didn't watch much of them in the regular season, but I did see them in the playoffs. And every game, even when we was talking about the Houston game, I said Drake May looked just as bad as C.J. Stroud. The only difference was Drake May and their defense scored more touchdowns, and then Drake May did throw a pass to Diggs. Stephon Diggs caught a touchdown, and Booty caught a one-hand catch. And you was like, oh well, those was good plays. Denver game, it was inclement weather, but Drake May didn't do anything other than run 2 first downs the entire game. So when I seen in the Super Bowl and I was questionable, but I was thinking that the Patriots would still muster up enough to get it done. But I seen early on that he didn't have it. And I think fool's gold is the correct term. He doesn't have it. I think they was
Yeah,
fortunate
when you
from
say
the turn they defense, and I mean you can say well they don't have as many weapons because I heard some people were saying well they don't have as many weapons on offense. They had enough weapons to make the Super Bowl, but again,
So okay, so you can't. So we can't wishy washy. The weapons you don't have weapons. They made it and they didn't make it. They made it and you can't. And I totally agree with you as far as there are different seasons, the regular season and the postseason. Because I want to say a stat to you that's crazy. You might not even have seen this or heard this, but I knew it specifically, and that's why I doubted Sam Darnold coming into this postseason. Don't you know that Sam Darnold in the regular season led the NFL in turnovers?
in the regular
He
season,
Yes, sir. He led the NFL in turnovers in the regular season. However, that switch, we're gonna forget about that. So that's why you're so right about I don't care about the regular season and Drake May, that's being an MVP season, and then in Sam Darnold in the regular season being a boy, can you get it done? Your defense is saving you. The defense is the reason why they had the number one overall seed in an NFC, all those type things. But then that flip, that switch is flipped in the regular season to where now Sam Darnold didn't turn it over at all, and Drake May wasn't that guy that he was in the regular season. So you're absolutely correct. There are different seasons, and Sam Darnold was a guy, and that's why I'm saying That's why I want to give so much credit to Sam Darnold. He turned it on. He put his demons to bed. He put the naysayers, including myself, to bed in the postseason, and he was able to get it done. And now all his past failures is almost that one of the things that we talked about last week as far as adversity built him up for this moment, and he was ready. And
It's
that's why and even, to your point, shout out to Kenneth Walker the third, because he is the MVP, no doubt about it. And he is the reason why, they were able to control the line of scrimmage, control the game, kick field goals. And Sam Darnold wasn't the reason why they won. However, Sam Darnold was the quarterback, and that NFC championship game against the Rams is what we'll be remembered saying that Sam Darnold has put his ghost to bed. His
uh
past ghost.
absolutely. Do want to again just reiterate how pathetic Drake May was, and maybe and so you was going based on Sam
Why you
Darnold.
singling? Well, I don't. I mean, I'm just asking why you just singling out Drake May and not that pathetic offensive line.
I
Drake May
mean,
didn't have time.
you
I
can
mean, you putting the finger at Drake May is almost that you have an axe to grind with him. Yeah, he's pathetic. That offense was pathetic. Period.
well then also Josh McDaniels can get some credit for
Yes.
that as
Yeah.
well. I don't want
Yes.
to just act like again Drake May was set up properly to be the second coming of Tom Brady, but he just fell flat on his face. The Super Bowl offensively, uh, really on either side, if it wasn't for Kenneth Walker moving the ball down the field and the kicker, because I look at it like this, and we talking about Super Bowl MVP. Shout out to K3 or whatever they want to call. I call him Trey. I mentioned that he probably would be the Super Bowl MVP. However, if it wasn't him, then it would have been a kicker. And if it wasn't him, then it would have been somebody on defense. Sam Darnold
Right.
fall way down the line in regards to MVP, but that can't take away the feat of, like you said, attacking his demons and now being a Super Bowl champion and having one amazing journey. Um, however, I just want to say again on that other side, Seattle defense was lights out, but the Patriots defense wasn't bad either. It's just their
Mm-hmm.
offense was that bad. Literally to the point where I was ready to cut the TV off because it's just like they can't do nothing offensively. Yeah, Drake May finally in the fourth quarter decided to throw the ball down the field and could connect sometimes. And even on that pick that he thrown, I don't know where he was throwing the ball. He just throwing prayers at that point. But it seemed like and maybe it could have been the offensive line. It seemed like they just
That
didn't
could have
practice
been.
at
It is.
all.
It was.
But
It
it just
was.
seemed like
That could
they
have
didn't
been.
do anything at all. And I seen you did a clip talking about he got a shot in his arm. It seemed like a big excuse to me. Like it sounded like a big excuse.
Well, he wasn't making an excuse. It was just the fact that he got a shot in his arm and that shoulder, and I understand that. My whole point is that Josh McDaniels didn't have any wrinkles. Josh McDaniels didn't have any trickums. Where were the 2 weeks of preparation to where I can show you something that you're not ready for? The Seattle Seahawks was not surprised about anything that the New England Patriots did. And matter of fact, the New England Patriots didn't do anything different in three postseason games. The offense was pathetic. To your point, against the Chargers, they put up points in Chargers, but the
16.
Chargers, yeah, but the Chargers was missing two very, very good tackles, left tackle and right tackle. And then when you go against the Texans, missing Nico Collins, they were depleted a little bit, and C.J. Stroud didn't have his best performance. And we all know about the Denver Broncos and the backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham. But the offense we went and ride, and that's why I picked the Seattle Seahawks after a lot of deliberation on my part. I picked the Seahawks. Because of the offense and what I thought about the offense. But my only reluctancy is why I didn't pick the Seahawks quicker than I did, because I think I made my decision on Saturday, was because I thought the Sam Darnold of old, or the former Sam Darnold, was going to show up. And he did not show up. And I didn't realize that his postseason was spectacular. His postseason was stellar as far as quarterback play, and I should have rolled that more often, or should have rolled that quicker, and that's why I'm giving him so much flowers. But to me, special teams, offense, defense, coaching. Mike Vrabel got out coached. And Mike McDonald, as a defensive coordinator, he schemed up Josh McDaniels like nobody's business. So overall, the Seattle Seahawks were a better team, better
I
football
definitely feel
team.
like they was a better team. Again, the Patriots were shut out in the first three quarters. I don't feel like Mike Vrabel was super out coached because again, they defense was holding the Seahawks didn't score a touchdown to the fourth quarter. So the Patriots defense did what they were supposed to do. The offense just didn't show up at all. Or what I mean, hell, when did they show up in the playoffs? Literally, the defense took them to the Super Bowl in every
That's
playoff
correct.
game. So that's no surprise. And Sam Darnold not turning the ball over. The Patriots couldn't make open field tackles. Kenneth Walker was looking like Barry Sanders back there. Um, that's to wrap up the Seahawks get their revenge on the New England Patriots. But let's
I
talk
forgot
about
about that.
quickly the or not even quickly. Let's get into the halftime show. Let's think get
Yes,
into
sir.
and first off, I do want to I'm gonna go right here real quick because we do have something that you had stated prior to. Let's see.
Justin, did I hear it correctly that he's going to be singing everything in Spanish? Are we going to have to read the words on the bottom of the screen, translating, or the whatever, when you watch a movie that the words are going on the bottom, or on the bottom of the screen? Is that what we're going to have to be doing? Um, Man, I don't. I really don't want to sit there and not be able to hear what he's saying, and if it's going to be all about the beats.
Now this was your thoughts. Now I you did say that you was excited, but you
Yeah,
wasn't
I wish
sure.
you had played that. I wish you had keep on playing it, because this is the deal. This is the deal. I also said that I don't know. I have not seen Bad Bunny in person. The first time I seen Bad Bunny was at halftime. The first time I heard a Bad Bunny beat or a song was at halftime. And I also said in that clip that I can't wait to see him. I'm going to give him a chance. And that's exactly what I did. And I was thrown back, and I didn't recognize any songs.